why are people really getting into trying to just go back to the old civilization? Why is everybody trying to revert back to ancient tactics?
Simple. Back to the Future's in the top 10 on Netflix. That's why.
Oh, okay. That's true. Number 3, right? So they're trying to go back to a simpler time?
Yeah, I got beat out by a Despicable Me. Though, so
Are
another
you
year
Yeller?
Another year of shittiness.
Oh, man.
And yellow people. Yeah, like little minion.
They're cowards, like Biff called them.
Yeah.
Like Biff called him in Back to the Future 3. What are you, Yeller? Nobody calls me Yeller. I love that franchise was gigantic.
He didn't say Yeller, did he? He said, what are you, Yella?
Yeah, is it Yella or Yeller? I don't know.
Yeller, I think that might be in the third one when they're trying to put a southern twang on it.
That's why I said it. No, in the first one he calls him the first two it's just chicken. That's why it's a different thing in the third one.
No, I could have sworn he said yellow in all of them.
No, he calls, what are you, Chicken McFly? That's his whole thing is Marty just always like gets triggered when he gets called a chicken. He has a real vendetta against poultry.
Okay.
A pecker took his pecker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's actually a eunuch. Marty McFly, it's actually canon. Marty McFly lost his penis in a horrific chicken pecking accident.
Yeah, he really shook it off.
Yeah, it's amazing that franchise is as successful as it is, considering it's the same movie 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
It's literally the same movie. The second movie is about them interacting with the first movie.
I know, but the second one was so good.
It's so good. I love them all. I'm not truly shitting on it because I don't like them. It is just crazy that they were able to do that. But then at the same time, isn't The Lord of the Rings the 3 same movies over and over again?
Yeah, it's just a long trip.
Yeah. It's watching hippies hike to a mountain.
That is true.
Barefoot hippies walk into the mountain. That's what Frodo and Sam are, dude. Backpacking their way into lands they don't deserve to go to and shouldn't go to.
Yeah, like Arizona, otherwise known as Mordor.
Mordor. Dude, which leads me, that's why I brought it off, like why people are going back to the ancient ways. Barefoot, hiking.
No.
Why are people doing barefoot stuff so much?
You know, okay, I can answer this pretty easily. In the 1970s, we introduced this little thing called OSHA, which prevented stupid people from dying in horrible ways, and it kept those stupid people alive. So those stupid people that nature has said, you're going to die at such and such time, a horrible death, have now been relegated to optional breeding. And so we're producing more idiots than ever per capita here in the United States. It's a horrible deal, and we should really
Is that why there's no OSHA in India? Because their population's already so big that they're like, we can't afford this.
Oh, I'm sorry. What does India put out? A bunch of smart motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Natural selection is doing its job.
Yeah.
We tried to put natural selection into retirement, and it won't come out of retirement. Okay, natural selection is in its fucking prime. Natural selection is prime time Jordan right now, and it's about to start fucking swinging and
it's rookie move where we knew things were gonna go awesome for natural selection is when it killed off retirement's pension. They're gonna work forever.
Is OSHA short for, OSHA, you shouldn't do that. Oh, shit, you shouldn't do that.
I mean, I have a feeling you're in the ballpark.
Yeah. Because it's happening more and more. I see people doing stuff barefoot way more now.
Okay.
It's a very weird. Like, I've seen this online, okay? This is what always weirds me out. And this is where I sometimes feel like that South Park episode actually is real when they bring up how Des Moines is like 10 years in the past. Early on South Park where they make fun of Iowa. Like, they're 10 years behind everybody.
Which, in all fairness, spot on.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on. We have malls still that are thriving.
Yeah, but let's be honest,
I try to argue that
rules.
fact, but it does rule. Well, we have one mall that's thriving. All the other ones they're slowly catching up to the now times.
Oh, cool. You guys just got same-day shipping in from Amazon, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Amazon was like, we need to bring them into the 21st century, and the United States government was like, you can't do that. You'll disrupt the entire ecosystem. They're not ready for that tech.
They still think Kurt Cobain's alive and Pearl Jam's new and hot.
Dr. Malcolm from Jurassic Park showed up. Amazon, you never stopped and asked yourself if you should. You were too obsessed with if you could. One-day shipping to rural farmers is going to disrupt the entire supply chain.
Are you going to tell them they can use their corn for other things than eating?
Producing ethanol is a fallacy, a dream. It's a chaos.
Yeah, actually, the whole thing is that whole bubble is funded by Big Tobacco. They're like, they're the only place that still smokes in droves, dude.
We still smoke indoors, and people are still hitting their wives. Iowa, it's 10 years in the past. Everyone's like, 10 years? They were still...
I was thinking it's 10 years in the past. Little do they know it's actually more like 1940s Chicago.
Did you hear? The White Sox just won the World Series. They definitely didn't cheat at all. Nobody. They're getting to the World Series. Shoot us, Joe. He's going to take us all the way to the top. Dude, we're still getting 1930s news. Al Capone's running Chicago, don't you know?
No one will ever break DiMaggio's record.
We just got booze back.
No more running to the Dakotas.
Yeah, no more bathtub jibbing for this guy. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, what was I forgot what we were talking about. We're 10 years in the past. This is what. Because I've noticed that's been a trend for a long time, right? Where people were doing things barefoot, like start running barefoot, work out barefoot, do this and that barefoot, right? You'd see that online. I would see it on the internet all the time. But now it's slowly, I actually saw it for the first time in real life, somebody doing like a normal, like regular task barefoot.
Okay. Was it a task rabbit? Wait.
They were golfing barefoot.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to bring this to your attention because I figured you might have some thoughts on this. Because seeing somebody walking barefoot on a golf course is, I've seen it online, but
no,
this
I've
is the
seen
first
it too.
time I've seen it.
It's breaking to the left.
Person.
Oh, that's because you only got one shoe on.
Dude, I honestly, as they were doing, they ended up joining me. I was playing the par 3 course by my local golf course, and this couple was behind me, and both of them were barefoot.
Okay.
And
do they have
it was a family
claws
affair
to anchor them into the ground?
Yeah. The girl's feet were pixelated while she was walking, though. She wasn't giving that away for free. You had to subscribe in order to get those pics.
That's insane that somebody would be like, this is a good idea.
I think there's got to be some kind of benefit to it, right? Like the only one I can think of, because I have golf brain, is like, well, I guess I could feel the green better if you like walked it. You could tell like the slope and stuff of the green better and give you better putt rating. But otherwise, I don't know.
I was thinking more along the lines of the only benefit you get is closer parking when you lose both your feet eventually.
To Roundup being sprayed on the golf course.
Yeah.
You got cancer in your toenails, sir. Have you been golfing?
All your toenails are just dead. They're just, like, I don't know how many old people's feet you've seen.
Yeah.
Because a buddy of mine used to work at a retirement home, so I've seen way too many going to just visit him. It is disgusting. At I don't know what age it happens, but their toenails, I'm assuming, have died because they turn gray or black.
Yeah, every old person's like toe turns into somebody who. Remember when you used to see people who hand rolled their cigarettes and they turn yellow from touching tobacco so
Oh,
often?
yes.
Their toes do that, and they don't even touch tobacco with them.
You know, those are the cool old guys when they have that beard, and you're like, oh, you dye your beard. Oh, that's all tobacco. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah, you are chiefin', sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they were a younger couple. Like they were around our age for sure, or younger. But they were playing golf barefoot. And when I was trying to like, the only other thing I can think of is the really hippy dippy notion of grounding.
Oh, no, I thought you had it right before you added dippy, okay? Just the fucking hippies are trying to take over golf, okay? This is just a friendly game here. Now the hippies are going to come try and take over.
Yeah. I would love, though, how funny would it be to get outdriven by somebody who's barefoot? Because they have no traction.
I mean, they get a free Scotty Scheffler swing.
You also are limited to when you get to
Not like free him from jail. They just mimic his swing.
Yeah, you can't go play golf in the mornings if you golf barefoot, by the way. Can you imagine walking in wet dew at
no,
like
that's
8 a.m. tee time?
That's where I'm
that'd be
saying they're
awful.
losing their feet, is because they're going to slip and hit rock. They're just going to be bleeding all over.
Just turns into a Looney Tunes cartoon. Whoa!
Oh, yeah, on the greens for sure. They could be like fucking Tom Cruise, just sliding across a green.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just
Hey,
take them
that's
old
cheating,
records
Jerry.
Off the shelf.
That's cheating, Jerry. You literally just use yourself to see how the hole breaks.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, as he's sliding, he's like, I went to the left and then back to the right, huh?
Yeah. He's doing the smooth criminal. Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. I guess you could hit some sick shots, though. Like, if your ball is near the water, you can get in and hit it right away. You don't have to undress all the way.
Yeah. I feel like
fun.
that's what's going to show up next is just golfing in your, like, runner shorts.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Just super, super short shorts.
Mm-hmm. You'll be like, I can go anywhere.
Yeah. Also, hitting out of the sand would suck.
Hitting anywhere would suck.
Other than you have to have total confidence you're going to be in the fairway at all times.
Yeah.
Because if you hit it in the woods, you imagine getting poison ivy walking by that on your toes.
Like
you go looking for your Protein 1 that you slice 90 yards into the woods.
You shouldn't be able to do that anywhere. Literally should not be able to. But there is one place I'm willing to allow it, and that is any place with crocodiles. If you can golf barefoot, so you're giving yourself a handicap literally of running away because you're going to fall, and that thing might eat you. So we're going to give you a discount rate.
I think I could run faster in barefoot than I could with shoes on.
With morning dew?
Yeah.
No. You're gonna
plus,
slide.
I'm due to outrun that gator.
No.
It's my morning and I'm due to outrun that gator.
Those things run so fast, too.
They are. I looked up an article here. Should we find out what the benefits of it are?
Sure. Tell me the benefits by Nature Dorks.
Yeah, let's find. What's it say? For instance, the guy went shoeless to help him mitigate lower back issues due to violent twisting of the golf. Okay, now I'm already out. If it's just because, low impact, no, you have to be crippled. If you play golf, by the time you're 65, your back should be mangled. You accept that.
Yeah. Tiger Woods, Mount Rushmore, obviously, fused back.
Yeah.
So you got to get on that level.
He still crushes it farther than most hack golfers, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really the only benefit I see that people are saying.
That's
right
not
there.
a benefit.
Yeah. I was going to say the only other thing would be the hippy-dippy version of grounding. Are you familiar with grounding, Nathan?
No.
Well, it's where you grab a car battery and you ground yourself.
This is somehow worse than I was ever thinking.
It's not real.
Okay.
That was just saying because you ground the wire before you. No, grounding is where you go stand in like grass or dirt and stuff, so you're reconnecting with the magnetic vibrations of the earth. So because you're not getting enough of it.
I hate you so much for even mentioning that sentence.
I knew you were going to hate it.
Fucking hell, dude.
It works. I think you should ground, Nathan.
Guys, we just need to get here, grind, get our fucking chakras with our crystals aligned.
I think if you grounded more, you would have got grounded less as a kid. You see the correlation? You would have been in a better mood. You wouldn't be so twatty. You should have grounded more to avoid being grounded.
Okay. Okay. I'll just tell you, the comment that came to my head was really 90s.
Man, you're acting like a real 90s dude right now. That's actually a new fun way to start saying that. And if you can figure out what we're saying, good on you. You know context clues. Oh, man. Yeah, no, it's like the whole practice, I guess, to reconnecting with the earth, so you should do that. I think there's something to it. I really do. Because I did yard work all week, barefoot. Didn't put on shoes. Did it? Felt pretty good afterwards.
Yeah. Remember when we were talking about natural selection?
Well, yeah, dude. Of course it's natural selection. I'm evening the playing field back out, okay? We've let poisonous bugs and snakes, not be able to kill us for long enough. I need to at least have them have a free open shot, so I stopped wearing shoes, okay? I'm getting cocky.
It's just awful. Oh.
It was really nice. I like walking barefoot in grass. Like, I don't know about like the whole benefits of like that, but it is nice.
Oh, you haven't stepped
till
on
you
like
step on something
like a fire ant hill.
Oh yeah. Well, I've done that. Put my hands in one accidentally. That old Texas dirt. I used to like feeling dirt as a kid, like this, like different soil types. And Texas dirt was so different from Iowa. I remember one time I saw a mountain. I was like, "Oh, nice!" And I picked it up. I was like, "Oh, the dirt down here is so different." And then my hands started hurting.
This dirt moves on its own.
And then I looked over. Yeah, fire ants.
Nature's bone pickers.
Yeah, dude, those things are nuts. The fact that like our uncle will just kill a deer during hunting season. If he wants the skull, he just puts the skull out.
He just wired
the next
over.
Day, it's gone.
Yeah, they pick it clean, dude. It's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah.
I wonder. He should put a trail cam on that and watch it happen.
So we could get some, clicks. You got to put it on social media and fast forward it. Yeah.
Right. Well, I was thinking I was going to sell it to a heavy metal group for their next music video. That was my idea.
The Nature is Metal channel is going to make their own music video. Actually, that'd be pretty sick.
It would be sick. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to try golfing barefoot anytime soon.
No, it sounds awful.
Yeah, it's not
any sport sounds awful. Barefoot, just
right.
No.
It just seems like a good way to stub your toe somehow.
Somehow my feet always get stepped on swimming. Anything that's barefoot is just problematic.
Yeah, I also just don't like open-toed shoes. Like, there are people I know who go, like, I'll wear sandals to a beach and that's it. Or maybe a pool, but like I will
Both
not.
Of those
I don't like wearing
understandable.
Sandals. I don't like wearing sandals. There's something about open-toed shoes seem dangerous. I feel like I'm taking a risk anytime I'm wearing them.
I always judge everybody I see because it's that time of season where you're seeing people in their pants and then they have sandals on.
Oh yeah,
and I judge every one of them appropriately.
Wearing the capris?
No, just jeans.
Oh, jeans and sandals?
Yeah.
That's horrific.
Yeah, it's pretty
What
awesome.
Is this, 2001?
Yeah. That's the times where I'm like, man, I hope somebody's texting and driving right now and just,
listen,
oops.
It was okay to wear jeans and sandals pre-9/11, but after 9/11, you had to put your shoes on. Okay? There's no open-toed shoes anymore.
Yeah, there's
jeans.
always debris.
Yeah. Where were you when we had to stop wearing open-toed shoes with jeans?
Yeah, man, that really was the death of the Doc Martens, wasn't it?
I think Doc Martens actually had a boom in sales. They had to
No, they came
outfit enough
back. They're
armies.
just not.
They had to
The
outfit the
armies.
army, dude.
That lifetime warranty they got, man, it's really paying off.
Doc Martens and what were the boots? The big there were boots. that
Yeah,
were
Doc
really dirty.
Martens.
Was it just? I thought there was Doc Martens, and then I thought there was something else. There was like another. There was competing.
So there's what I remember most is if you were the goth you owned, there's 2 must-have items.
Right.
And that 3. I can name the outfit. Here's a full outfit for you, but they were must-have items. You had the Doc Martens. You either got the boots, or if you're the ladies, you got those mid-calf boots for the Doc Martens.
Yeah.
They had like those long laces. And then for the guys, though, you had to have Jankos and an oversized Misfit shirt.
Yep, I remember that look. Remember
Yeah.
that. What's funny is they just like changed which shoe was the popular of the goths once I got in school because it was the Doc Martens.
Chuck Taylors.
Chuck Taylors, and the girls had the same long, super laced Chuck Taylors. Like, so they were like, they went up to your knee, but they were Chuck Taylors.
That just had to be the world's longest tongue. Like, it's sticking
Dude,
out
it
of
was.
a shoe.
It was wild. I was like, the amount of time it had to take for them to lace up those shoes.
Yeah, it's no thanks.
Yeah, it's crazy. But, I'll say this. When goths are like, life is pain, I was like, yeah, because your fashion choices make it take forever to get ready for the day.
I thought you were about to call them fascists.
They are fascist. Have you? Okay, but I do have to ask you this because I saw these barefoot people, and when was the first time you ever saw somebody walking around barefoot in public? Not that's like they're homeless or whatever, like intentionally.
Intentionally. I've seen it at the grocery store a handful of times.
For real?
Yeah.
At the grocery store? Like, did you hear them talking about it? Did they acknowledge it? Were they
No,
just in a hurry?
Just shopping, pushing a cart, barefoot.
Yeah.
But that's not the egregious one. The most egregious one? Airplane.
That's a common one.
No,
That's
coming
but
back
did they
from the
walk
bathroom.
on? But did they walk onto the plane barefoot, or would they take them off? on
No,
that plane?
no idea. I just saw him coming back from the bathroom barefoot.
Yeah, that's that should be instant death penalty. We should chant a fucking Mayan sacrifice song when somebody does that and throw them off the plane.
I feel like that's a little extreme. What we should do, though, is play. It's kind of like Russian roulette of life. So what you're going to do is take a page out of, I don't know, what was it, 2012? It was really big. You put a bowl of water down, and you put these fish in here that supposedly clean your feet, and it may kill you. Yes, that they found that out. It can, because they can poison you and it gets weird diseases to you, or you'll just survive and you'll have clean feet. I feel like that's the way to go. Is be like, now you got to play with your life. You might survive, you might die, but you'll die with clean feet.
Dying with clean feet does sound pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Because, that is a moneymaker nowadays. Like I said earlier, that one girl's feet were pixelated. I couldn't see them. So if your family member dies and they got good feet, snap pics. Those live forever. You can sell those forever.
You guys want to see my DBFs? My deathbed feet?
Dude, there's probably a subreddit for it. I guarantee it. There's some fucking weirdo mortician snapping pictures of feet and posting them online, selling hot dark web funeral feet, dude. You guys want a sick pic of these FFs? I got some hot FFs, dude.
The fact you saying morticians just makes me laugh every time I hear mortician, because I always remember the fact that there's been rules set on mortuaries that guys can't be alone anymore with people that have deceased.
They sure can't. You know what? But it's not
crazy.
It's everybody. They have to do that for everybody now, because there was a lady who got pregnant after having relations with a corpse.
Are you saying You could have a post-death nut.
Yeah.
You get
she had a boo baby.
They named him Casper.
Yeah. I don't even know how that fucking works.
I don't either. That's okay. You said that, and I thought you were just you read that with your eyes because you were watching Clerks.
Yeah. Yeah. No. There's no way, Randall, that somebody dead could ejaculate. They totally could.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. But that's a real thing. So now it's not just men. You okay? Equal rights, Nathan. Even women are in there getting it on.
Fair enough.
It turns out if you hang around dead bodies for too long, you become a weird person.
Huh. Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thought?
Next thing
poker night. It's a different cast of characters every night. They're just setting up the cadavers.
Party's a little dead. Put some music on. Next thing you know, you're playing golf barefoot.
Yeah, you're playing golf barefoot, and that's how they get you. Yeah, the worst one, the first time I remember seeing somebody do it, and I was disgusted by it, was in the Westroads Mall in Omaha. Clearly a hippie dude.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like the one long-haired kid from Dazed and Confused.
Okay.
The super long-haired hippie.
Like Spicoli?
You know what I'm talking about? No, Dazed and Confused. You're thinking they're Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
I know I'm right.
It's been so long since I've seen either of those, so I'm like,
yeah, Dazed and Confused still holds up. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still good. But he looks like that kid, and he's in there. There used to be a big fucking candy store inside the Westroads Mall, and I was in there looking around at candy, and he's in there talking to somebody he must know at the register.
He's picking his candy like a monkey. He's using his feet and just I want these.
Dude, all I can think about is he's gonna get the sugar foot. He's gonna get diabetes standing on this floor that probably has sugar all over.
They just put they do it. They intentionally give it. They just put Pop Rocks on the ground to slowly cut their feet.
Yeah, dude, he definitely, his blood was bubbling from Pop Rocks on the ground. It's the Willy Wonka version of Saw. I want to play a game. Walk across this rock candy and then across the Pop Rocks.
Now poke your arm and see what happens.
If you want the key, you have to get to the center of this lollipop without biting into the Tootsie Pop.
Oh, now this sounds like a perverted game. Just judging him like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. That would be a good Saw thing, though. He's like, you can only get the key, but you have to lick to the center of the Tootsie Pop. You can't fucking you bite it.
It sounds like a porn remake that's parodying a scary movie.
Yeah.
Which is so it's a parody of a real movie.
It's a parody of a parody of a parody. It's David Parody. Oh God. But I remember him standing in there and he's talking to it. And dude, by the way, I saw the bottom of this guy's feet, right? Because he picked up, they were black because he'd been walking around all day, and he walked probably through the parking lot, which was completely brand new asphalt, right? It was gross, but he was sitting there talking. He was like, "There's so many good benefits. Like my back's never feel bad." He's trying to justify.
My back, your feet have nothing to do with that, but okay.
They do actually. There's a lot of common studies that show that shoes are actually really bad for our backs.
Of course.
Yeah.
So is food.
Food. Yeah,
Food's bad for our back. Because your gut grows and then you start leaning over.
It's all bad, dude. So we're not supposed to live forever. That's the problem. We should just be dying.
Well, with modern technology, I mean, just 200-300 years, no big deal.
Yeah. But he's sitting there. That's how I know walking around barefoot is a shitty option, because everybody always has to try to sell it to you. If it was really that good and beneficial, you don't have to sell it.
Exactly. They made a song about it. You're walking on sunshine. Whoa! And you're just feeling good.
That was also the thing I was thinking about with the people who play golf. You can only barefoot golf in, like, certain areas. Like, you couldn't go to Arizona and go golf barefoot. You brought it up earlier. Florida,
Yeah.
terrible way. Gator, gonna get you. Golfing in Texas barefoot would be terrifying.
No,
there's so many rattlesnakes everywhere.
Yes, and they get a discount for it. You're you're one of those idiots.
Dude, there's got to be an animal control guy who goes to those golf courses and just goes and finds Pro V1s like crazy. Where there's the rattlesnake, because he's like, oh, I'm fine. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, I just saw a video. It was a guy who made his own documentary, I guess, and he was just a ball retrieval guy. He's got a full scuba suit and everything. He's like, "Yep, Florida's pretty dangerous."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've heard of this documentary. It's White Gold, right? Is what it's called.
I forget the name of it, but probably maybe.
Yeah, but I've seen a documentary about those guys before. Those dudes just making bank. I mean, it's not safe to really go on any golf course because there's wildlife in all of them. Like there's fucking snapping turtles that'll bite the fuck out of you in most golf ponds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
But it's so worth it because it's got gold.
Yeah.
There's gold in that water.
A waterlogged Pro V1. I could sell this to some idiot.
We'll say it's grade A.
Hey. What are we basing that off of? Fuck if I know.
We found it in Canada. Get it?
That's what it turned. Dude, wouldn't it be great? Just like 10 years from now, there's just like a whole lawsuit about recycled golf balls, and then it was like, no, grade A, as in found in Canada, eh?
Yeah.
That's the whole mark.
That's their loophole, man.
It is, dude. I'm telling you, Nova Scotia's been hiding golf balls for years. Yeah, but golfing barefoot, dude, it's not a good deal. Anyway, barefoot people, it is what it is.
Dude, I was going to tell you, I finally decided to upgrade my phone because I was like, oh, sweet, they're going to pay basically my new phone off, right?
Nice.
So
that's always a good deal.
I did the thing, and I was like, cool, and I ordered it online because I'm completely antisocial with upselling fucks.
Oh, dude, you're just killing an entire. It's so funny how the internet killed the entire sleazy salesman industry. They just cut out the middleman.
What do you mean? I don't see what we're doing.
It's so nice because, dude, I don't know what's worse. Honestly, because I've dealt with them more, I think cell phone salesmen are worse than car salesmen.
I don't know. I took my daughter to the mall this weekend. We went into the Buckle, and that's pretty bad.
Dude.
It's pretty bad.
Oh my God, you just unlocked so many repressed memories. I hate going to that place because they are so pushy.
Yeah.
They want to sell you every type of jean they got.
It was great because she found like a sweater she really liked. I'm like, go try that on. And as she's trying it on, this person's like, oh, you could have used a changing room. I'm like, she's got a T-shirt on, it's a sweater, just throw it on over. You don't need that. Well, so instead, because I know what's going to happen if you go into a changing room, and I'm like, you don't want to. So instead, she's like, I see you got those on. These would look good too. And it's just slightly different style, but I'm like, we don't need jeans. Get out of here.
Dude, that's where they go. I don't know how the Buckle does that. I don't know if they get commission somehow.
They must.
I would assume so because I've never been to a clothing store that's more aggressive with trying to help you find clothing.
Yeah, and they don't know your
really
style at all.
Dude, what's really and that's what sucks too is they're saying what they're trying to sell. They're not going into the style or basing it off of what the person like shape is because people have different body shapes. It's like it's different things hang on people or sit on you different ways that look better.
Yeah,
and you have to figure that out and go off of that, dude. And I hated it because there was a time where our mother tried to go in the Buckle and stay up to date with the hip stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when I was in high school. So this was the peak era of the bedazzled Ed Hardy shit.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Ed Hardy.
Oh, yeah. Oh. So, but Mom was buying, remember the jeans that were kind of had, like, the weird crosses or, like, the the Saints logo, but it was bedazzled.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah,
talking
dude.
about? So she was going to do that. And what sucked even worse is one of the people who worked there was my ex-girlfriend from high school's sister.
Oh.
So she was a salesman in there, so I'd go in there, and I remember one time, it was after we'd broken up and stuff, and I was just like, mom's in there selling. First of all, no teenage boy wants to be anywhere near their mother while they're clothes shopping.
No.
And then you see your ex-girlfriend's sister, and you're just like, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to grab one of these belts and use this buckle and beat myself to death with it.
Man at the buckle dies by the buckle.
Yeah. Dude. And that was back in the day when in 2000s belt buckles were back in style, dude, the big ones. So I could have just got one with a Jackass emblem on it and just fucking bash I'm Wade Taylor and this is killing yourself in the buckle.
I forgot about that. They did go through a phase where they're like, hey, anybody want to act like they're a rodeo star?
Yeah. And your boy was one of them. I had a John Deere belt buckle. And I remember I used to tuck my shirt over that. That was in middle school, not in high school. But I liked the belt buckle. The John Deere belt buckle was fun. I don't know why I loved it so much, but I did. I thought it was so funny.
Dude.
And then I did have a Jackass emblem, a Jackass one too. That had the Jackass
skull
emblem on
and
it.
the crutches.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I did have one of those too. Yeah, I went through a phase.
I'll say so.
Yeah.
I can't judge.
The
I had a
sucks.
belt buckle, but it was just like a Longhorn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did too.
I did have that.
Dude, belt buckles took off for a while. It was people. I did. I remember the seat. Remember the click-in belt. Where it was the seat belt from like a Cadillac.
What?
It was like. Remember how Cadillac had a very specific a seat belt clicker where it was like the push-in buttons.
No.
You don't remember them?
No, I don't remember them.
Well, just any car. Remember they used instead of like the top down one, they used
one
to
on
have
the
like,
side.
it was the metal, and they had the little button on the side, right?
Yeah.
And it looked. They turned those into belts.
Okay.
So you would click it in like a seat.
I get it. It's great that the car industry goes, well, nobody's wearing these in the car. Maybe they'll wear them around their pants.
Fashion. Can we get Travis Barker to wear one of these? Yeah, that, and then the checkered studded belt. Belt buckles. Yeah, belts look like a weird fashion turn. Remember, and then girls were wearing them as like not in the belt loops, just on their hips, remember?
Oh, yeah. That was when whale tails were a cool thing.
Yeah, dude. It was weird fashion. It's coming back. Remember, that's going to come back, Nathan. Disgusting. Apparently, some of the early 2000s trends are slowly rearing their heads around. I've seen a couple young people wearing puka shells again, Nathan.
They already rule.
It's coming back, dude.
Oh, man. I can't wait. I should just buy one out of irony.
And especially once all these photos from the P. Diddy trial come out from like of the early 2000s parties, people are gonna be like, "That is a sick fashion," and they're gonna start rocking
puka shells and all white. Awesome.
Sweet. Mom, where's the fucking baby oil?
Yeah, they're just gonna have like a black tank top under it, and it'll just look like everybody's in a Backstreet Boys video.
Yeah. Oh, dude. But yeah, getting back to our original point here.
Yeah, the phone.
Your phone. It is nice though to not have to deal with the cell phone salesman. They are pushy, and it's nice. They're not as bad as buckle salesmen. I'll say that.
Yeah,
but
no,
they're pushy.
They are pushy because it's always, and it's the same thing as if you were to go to the Apple store, and they everything they try to sell you is horrendously overpriced.
Yeah.
You need this
The
case?
Apple store,
$50.
The Apple store is worse, though. I feel like it's a worse customer experience because I expect to pay more at the Apple store. Totally get it because that's just their brand. But I feel like their associates are the opposite, whereas at least like
they're definitely not geniuses.
Verizon or T-Mobile's like, we're going to fake like we're trying to help you. Those people at the Apple store don't give a fuck if they help you.
No,
they have zero accountability.
I'm not going to lie. Calling him genius, overstretch. I mean, even they'll admit that. That's crazy to say anything about anybody. I'm an Apple genius. But what it is awesome about is they come up and you go, I want that. Cool. And they'll come out and get it. That it? All right. I like that service. Like,
okay, that's okay.
If
but
you
if you have a question.
Get fucked.
They're like, don't you have the internet? You should
yeah.
just look it up yourself.
You got a phone in your pocket? Cool. You got services to ask.
Excuse me, sir. Do you not have the Library of Alexandria in your pocket right now?
I know that hasn't caught fire.
Yeah. Listen here, you fucking nerd. How about I bounce your head off of this fucking white table?
So, if you work at the Apple Store and anybody over the age of 50 comes in, your immediate response is, team meeting in the back, we're drawing straws.
Yeah.
There's zero chance.
They just go in there. They are trying so hard. The fact that you have to you walk into what drives me nuts about it, and it's just, they're doing what Apple does. They like to create exclusivity, right? Mm-hmm. That's the whole point. But it drives me nuts that I walk into a store with maybe a question or two about one product, right? And then they make you fill out on their iPad a little questionnaire thing or and then our next service member is available. We'll be with you. It looks like it's like a 15-minute wait. Bitch, I'm not at Applebee's. There's no 15-minute wait. I want an answer now.
I've never gotten that. Every time I've stood over something, they're like, hey, can I help you? I'm like, yo, and I just ask them. And they're like, yeah, and they'll give me, because it's just, I'm always one. If I ever had a question, it's one and done. Because usually, the last time I was in there to buy something, I asked him one quick question, and I think it was like, can I get this and this plus X? I wanted more storage, and I was just asking a quick question because they didn't have it listed. Like, oh, yeah. I'm like, cool. Give me this one in black. And it was, boom, done, out.
Okay. Well, that's probably pretty easy in that aspect. I don't know. I guess when I walked in, I wanted to I should have lingered and done that.
So I got an iPod from like 2008, and I really want to keep my music. Can you transfer this over?
Yeah. I was like, my iPod Classic seems to be having battery issues holding a charge. Do you guys have replacement battery parts?
Can you give me a new screen and then possibly a new dongle for this? Just like,
the fucking dongle pisses me off too, dude.
That's
why did they take away the headphone jack? They're gonna bring it back in like 2 years, and then they're gonna be like, "Look how innovative we are." It's
I don't
I'll
give
fucking
a shit.
Stab you.
I have this thing that's giving me radiation in between my ears nonstop with those earbuds, and they rule.
Yeah, they are nice. The earbuds are nice, other than the fact that you can have them for only 2 years and the battery starts dying.
Yeah, well, you got to upgrade, man. My new favorite feature is they just updated them, so you have to. They make this weird ass noise because they upgraded, and it's they quit reading the message. Seriously, they sent a long message. Do you want to hear it? And then you have to shake your head, and it's not just a or it's a and then if I go ting, so you look like you're having a fucking seizure just to go. I don't want to hear this.
They made us all turn into those autistic kids wearing headphones in public, just like, no.
Yeah, you got to give 3 no-nos for it to say, okay, you don't want to hear it.
Loud noises.
And I don't know how fast I'm supposed to shake my head, because the very first time it happened, I went, like, and it was like, to the point where my eyes were like, blah, 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 blah. Trying to center.
That's
I'm like,
horrific. I hate all about. I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate that it has motion sensors in it. I don't like the fact that your head can be monitored. Now they can monitor thoughts for sure. If they could sense movement,
Dude,
it can hear
straight
thoughts.
up when you got those, when you got the new ones, it's like, hey, hold your phone up and let us scan your ears so we can get a better profile.
Dude, they're trying to. Somebody's recreating people. Like something. Why do they need that? That is insane. It doesn't make any sense, dude. Those new AirPods can definitely read your thoughts. That's all I'm saying.
I know. I'm in trouble.
All the leaves are brown.
Why does he keep thinking about Fortunate Son?
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. So anyway, I keep cutting you off here. So you go in, or you order your phone. What else?
Order my phone. So they're sending it, and then I happened to come across a article today saying, "Hey, Verizon and AT&T are dumb. you have to pay. They're giving you $1,000, but if you want to upgrade early, it cancels out and they don't give you that credit. And I'm like, who in the fuck is upgrading still every year or two? That is insane. These phones don't. What was it? Mid 2000s? Every year a phone was fucking crazy over the next. Like, it's like, oh shit, they actually innovate to where this is way faster than last year's, so on and so forth. Now it's like, oh cool, this one farts twice as less. I fucking don't know.
Yeah, no, the innovation, the step up with the tech and phones is not the same as what it was, like 10 years ago, like you said. It makes no sense to try to upgrade every year, where you should just update. You should upgrade. I don't know. Like, I've had mine 2 or 3 years now.
Well, I guess
it's
funny.
3.
Yeah, it's 3. But I just find it funny that I found an article where they're saying this, and they just laid it out in common terms, like, hey, it's more of a so you know. By doing this, you're agreeing to 3 years in this, and then to get out early, you have to pay so much. Because they said, like, what was it? If you're 2.5 years, they tried to upgrade, and it was $600 or something. I'm like, yeah. Realistically, after reading the comments, Verizon's smart because people are stupid. They're in the comments whining about having to get their phone. I'm like, you don't have to do this. Go pay your money then, and then bitch about being charged, what, $40 a month instead of $2.
Right. It's also, they're just people not reading their terms of when they buy something. How can you be mad about an agreement you got it and didn't fully understand?
That's why I suggest we make a kick-ass product, sell it for cheap, and then put in the EULA about horrendous. We're going to load the back half of this bill, but you signed it. You didn't read that?
You signed it, dude. You didn't read that?
Oh, I hate to say this. We're going to have to sue you.
Yeah, I mean, Apple technically probably owns my thoughts somehow through all of the iTunes agreements I've made.
Oh, I've already taught my daughter the worst thing because I was like, it was some game she got, and I was like, oh, this is just a EULA, except just mowing through something like, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. They might have your social, but who cares? You didn't need that anyway. That's going to be worthless in about 10 years.
10 years. 10 months, dude. They're already out there.
So that I forget what you just said now about your phone.
No.
About the contracts and stuff. I don't get why people are all up in arms about that. You should just know what you're trying to get. I've just straight up bought phones too before. Like, the reason you told me about this deal, I thought about doing it because it makes the most sense. The last time I was like either due for an upgrade or I just didn't want to deal with Verizon. The reason I didn't like buying, I would rather buy the phone from Apple sometimes, is because then, like, if you decide you wanted to change carriers, you could.
Yeah, I mean, you still can with this. You got to end up paying it off anyways.
Right. Well, now you can, but remember back in the day.
Oh, back in the day, yeah.
You had to get unless you got it from Apple. Like, you could get a specific. There was some way you could do it, and that's why I would buy from Apple. But now you can take the SIM cards out.
No, that's the beauty of it, dude. And that's why Verizon's doing this, and nobody's like, and going on about it. And it's like, well, that's the fucking reason. There is no SIM card. They're built in. They're digital.
Oh, now there is none.
So Verizon can't get their grubby little hands and be like, whoa, it's locked down.
It's only exclusive. Yeah, that was the bullshit with companies forever. Well, and that's why AT&T had such a stranglehold, because they were the only ones who had the iPhone, because you could only get it with the So, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. That's just people, like you said, bitching to bitch, and understand your terms of service. Also, you're not going to update that phone in 3 years.
No.
Also, there's nothing stopping you either, right?
From paying it off.
Said, just paying it all off right now.
Yeah.
And then you just own the phone. They can't do anything at that point.
Yeah. You just wouldn't get the credit or whatever, because the way they do the credit, they dole it out over 3 years. So you get that savings, that grand, every bill they take so much off.
Right, but you could still get that, right? So if you paid the $100, am I misunderstanding here?
So what's going to happen is I pay $100 essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But they doled it out so my phone, technically, for 3 years, they're going to charge me $2 per month on my bill.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you basically down payment $100, but then $2.
No, not even. I don't even have to
okay.
pay anything. That's how they keep you in. They're like, okay, for 3 years, but then it's $1,000. So it comes out.
But if you left, you would have to pay whatever remaining is
Yeah.
there. Oh, but yeah, the fucking boo-hoo. You're not going to leave your... When's the last time anybody leaves their cell phone carrier, by the way? Nobody.
Well,
nobody does.
There's some now, this is the really funny part. If I don't know, 6 months down the road, you can go to AT&T and oh, you want to be our customer? Cool. We'll buy your phone. We'll buy that contract out so you can join us. That's like a benefit they do now. So it all comes out in the wash, and that's why I was laughing the entire time I'm reading this. I'm like, no, the other place wants your business too. They'll just buy that, and they'll be like, keep using that phone.
Yeah, because they don't make the money off the phone. They make their money off of making sure that you're just continuously not checking your bill, and you just accept that your bill is like this, and they either change things, and unless you're like on top of it checking, right? That you're like, oh, well, I can get there's this program now. They bank on people not looking into how much they could be saving.
Oh yeah.
It's like the streaming services. They announce. It's funny how when they announce that, like, oh, our fees are going up recently, right? But it's not as big of a news story as you think it would be. And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, well, I'm paying $25 for Netflix every month? What the fuck? When did that happen?
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what I'm paying, to be honest, anymore.
You're paying probably $18 or $19 now.
I have no idea.
I guarantee I think that's what it is. And it's like they're getting ready to, I think, introduce that whole ad thing now, too. I'm pretty sure they're going to start doing that.
Hey, as long as it's like Amazon, I'm fine with it. Amazon front loads all the videos you watch, and it's like, the more popular videos, I think it's a minute and a half of ads on the front.
Up front.
And then nothing after that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. That's what Peacock does if you watch a movie. If you're watching a TV show, they break it up like a traditional TV show where there's like every 5 to 10 minutes, which NBC also, most of their catalog, right, is NBC shows that have built-in commercial breaks, so it's not that weird.
Yeah.
But for the movies, I do appreciate that they front load it. What happens is like, oh, I want to watch Shrek, and I click it, and then the ads start, and I just leave the room.
Yeah, I was gonna say I immediately ads start, and I'm like, what's going on the internet?
Yeah. What do you think about? There's this whole trend that they're thinking about trying to do where you can't look away from the advertisement.
What?
Like, I've heard there's technology out there where you can't look away from the advertisement, otherwise it stops it.
Uh-huh.
And then you have to physically watch it in order for it to like continue playing and go away.
I mean, it's only $5 to get those googly eyeglasses so I can look elsewhere.
That's propaganda for sure.
I'll just get those glasses that look like I'm looking at something and then just be like looking elsewhere.
And I don't know how real that is. I know I've heard about it, but they're trying to implement that to make you forcibly see ads, which is funny in a lot of ways. It's like, well, maybe your ads shouldn't suck ass. Because if an ad's like engaging, I'll look up at it. Like if you hear something or whatever, you're like, what was that? Like, write better. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's crazy with that.
Yeah. Ugh. You know what place you don't have to worry about with ads for now, Nathan?
Puntygame.com.
Woo!
Get the whole network at your fingertips for free. Also on YouTube, a little mom and pop shop. In that search bar, type in Comic Wade Taylor with 0 spaces. Again, that's Comic Wade Taylor, no spaces. And you get clips of this show, Not Worth the Time, clips of that man's stand-up, plus all the fun updates of whatever's going on there. So check it out. Like, subscribe, but back on puntygame.com, get some merch.
That's right, everybody. Hop over to the Punting Game shop where you get t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, all sorts of cool stuff to represent your favorite shows here at puntinggame.com. And don't forget to use promo code WGAF. That's promo code WGAF. And they get you free shipping at checkout in the Punting Game shop. So go do that. Get yourself something nice and support the show.
Nice. Very nice. We're going to have hours of ads. We're out. Peace.
If you don't want ads, buy these barefoot pics.
Who is him?